Hello friends! Whenever you're out driving, you need to be extremely careful because anything can happen on the road. You always need to be on the alert, carefully follow what's happening around you, and never look away, even for a brief moment. After all, you never know what can happen to you or somewhere nearby in a matter of seconds. And in today's video, you'll get to see some interesting footage from dashboard cameras that will definitely surprise you. Bad weather can often be challenging for those who choose to walk, ride a scooter, or drive. Nevertheless, people rarely pay attention to it and continue to drive even in a thunderstorm. And here's something that behavior could entail. This driver's dashboard cam caught a bolt of lightning striking a car in front of him. It was as if it went right through it and almost set it on fire. At least it seemed that way. However, the car just continued on its way after the incident. As you probably understood from the previous video, driving in the rain can be very dangerous, which is why many beginners prefer to refrain from doing so, even if there's somewhere they need to go. It's dangerous because keeping control of the car on the wet road can be very difficult. Even more so, as the following video shows, trouble can await you in the form of a huge puddle blocking literally the entire view. That's what happened to the driver of this car. Out of nowhere, his windshield was completely covered with water. And only a miracle, as well as his exceptional driving skills, saved him from an accident. And this incident also confirms that you should always be careful on the road, especially when you're driving by the forest, where huge trees grow. The gifts of nature that give us oxygen can simply fall down all of a sudden. This video was filmed by a driver. The man was definitely born under a lucky star, because stopping so close to the tree and remaining unharmed is nothing but true luck. Although the driver in front of him also was very lucky. Bison are rather large and clumsy creatures. At least they seem so at first glance. But the truth is very different. They are large and very fast, capable of reaching speeds of up to 60 kilometers per hour. In this video, a huge bison simply decided to hunt a car. Any vehicle that passed by immediately got attacked by the bison and lost one of its parts. When driving down a country road in the middle of the night, it's extremely important to be alert every second, because you never know what might happen on that road. Perhaps an elk or another animal would run out onto it, or a barely visible person could appear as if out of nowhere. Or for example, people in black suits with cases could also run out onto the road. There was a fire burning at a distance, but it's still unclear what so many people in identical suits were doing on a country road at the same time. All we can do is come up with various theories about it. The young couple was returning home late at night. There were virtually no cars on the road in their neighborhood, not a single one, except for a parked SUV blocking the entire road. There was a man in a hoodie nearby who was acting rather strangely, and as soon as he saw the car, he started slowly going after it, and then he started screaming furiously. The driver didn't wait to see what he wanted and stepped on the gas to quickly get away from the psychopath. Taiwan is a small state with its own climate. The weather is often nasty there, and heavy precipitation is not uncommon. But what got caught on this video defies any laws of logic. Dirt flew right onto the road, as if they were filming a new action movie there. And then it was followed by a huge boulder, which rolled out onto the road. It's a mystery how these cars managed to remain unharmed. What do you think it is? Is this a new kind of speed bump in the wild? Or is it some kind of a hole? In fact, it's just a huge python. Can you imagine the face of the driver who filmed this monster? If I were him, I would have already turned around in search of a detour because this reptile seems to be capable of swallowing the entire car. And this terrible incident happened in the summer of 2020. Imagine yourself in the driver's seat of this car. You're driving and you don't understand whether there's a fire ahead and there's no road, or if everything's fine and it's just smoke. I don't know why they even allow driving in such weather and with a fire around, but it definitely looks just as epic as the best Hollywood movies do. I don't know about you, but I always thought that cars could only fly in science fiction movies or in some kind of extreme racing competitions. While in real life, there aren't even suitable places for car jumping on public roads. But it turned out that it's actually possible in real life too. Some young people flew into the house right in the middle of the night. They didn't just crash into it, but actually flew right through the second floor wall. Just imagine the face of the person that could have been home that day. Luckily, there was no one in the house and no one was hurt in the incident. A young family was returning home. They were already quite close to their house when a man dressed as a clown stepped out onto the road in front of them. He waved at them and then immediately started to advance, walking towards their car. The driver began to back up, and when he got far enough, he hit the gas. The clown managed to jump away at the last moment, so neither he nor the people in the car were hurt. But who knows what this man had on his mind? The next episode was filmed in Chelyabinsk in 2013. The fall of this meteorite, which was seen from afar, was accompanied by a bright glow and caused earthquakes upon landing. The energy of the explosion was about 500 kilotons, and its diameter was 18 to 20 meters. This is one of the few meteorites that brought serious destruction. Windows were broken in 3,000 houses, and more than 1,000 people were injured. The locust invasion is a rather terrible thing. Voracious insects traveling in huge groups can devastate the fields in a matter of hours. Escaping this infestation is very difficult. One day, everything may be fine, and the next day, you can't see the sky because of all the chaotically flying locusts. But the worst part is that by the time you manage to get rid of them, half of the crops have already been eaten. In this video, you can see the truck almost colliding with a motorcycle that didn't cross the road in time. When something bright suddenly appears and moves the bike to the side where it's safe. The truck driver stopped immediately and went to look under the car thinking that the biker was there. But that wasn't the case. The secret savior left them alone and quickly left the scene. The kids were clearly shocked. What do you think? Is this video fake, or do superheroes with the ability to teleport actually do exist in our world? Share your thoughts in the comments. Well, that's all for today. Like the video, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.